Have you ever walked into a place and it felt like you don't deserve to be there, or like everybody else there deserves to be there except you? Yeah, that feeling has a name, and it is known as imposter syndrome. Now, what is imposter syndrome? You see, imposter syndrome, the feeling of being a fraud, like your whole identity is a lie. You're not qualified to be that person you presently are. You're not qualified to hold that position you're presently holding. You know, even though God has approved you. And the truth is, God never calls the qualified, He qualifies the called. Point number one, you feel fake, but God is real. You see, imposter syndrome lies to your mind and say things like, you're not good enough, you just got lucky. Things like, and they'll soon discover the real you. You see, but the scripture says that it is God who gives grace, it is God who gives gifts, it is God who gives opportunity. And what He gives, He doesn't make mistakes. You see, you did not sneak into your destiny. God placed you there, and He placed you there for a reason, because He know that you are capable, because He know that you're qualified. Point number two, even great people felt like imposters. Even Moses felt like he could not speak. He said he could not speak. Gideon said he was the least in his family. Jeremiah said he was too young. But that did not stop God from performing what He wants to do in their life. That did not change the mind of God about any of them. And what does that signify? It signifies that feeling not qualified does not stop God from qualifying you. All you have to do is just be available. Point number three, God's call is bigger than your confidence. You see, God doesn't wait for you to be confident before He can walk through you. You walk through your obedience. And confidence grows by movement, not by hiding. So if you are afraid to do what God has asked you to do, if you are afraid to perform what God has ordained you to do, if you are afraid to walk with grace, if you are afraid to start that business, if you are afraid to start that which you know that you ought to do it scared. Do it afraid. Do it however you can, and leave the rest to God, and see what God is going to do in your life, and see what God is going to perform in your life. If this spoke to you, if this touched you one way or the other, I want you to share this message to everybody that needs this, everybody that needs to hear this, everybody that is struggling with confidence, everybody that is struggling with starting. And let's see what God is going to do in their life. Let's see how God is going to turn their life around if they abide by this, if they walk with faith, if they walk with grace. I still remain Pastor Victor OJ. See you next time.